Of Tuesday, 12th of March 2024, and I'm ALLIAN ATUBANDIIZE taking you throughout today's edition of Gntv at 12, and we are proudly sponsored by New Ways Health Limited. And as Gntv, we still remind you of the consecration of Dr. Bishop Silas Taiwa as the regional overseer of Ankole. The orientation day will be on 3rd of April 2024, and the consecration day will be on 4th of April 2024, and all this will be starting at 8:30 a.m. The venue is Kamkuzi District Grounds, and the guest of honor of the day will be our First Lady of Uganda, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni. Then other guests we have Minister Chris Badiomusi for ICT and National Guidance, and other members of Parliament. We have the Archbishop Dr. Moses Odong, we have the national elders, and many others. And on this day, we still remind you that eats and drinks will be available, as the Lord has surely already provided, and we welcome each and every one of you out there. In our today's top stories, the former founder of the opposition party of Forum for Democratic Change, call it FDC, Dr. Kano Kiza Besije, has praised Honorable Uganda for his solidarity towards the opposition parties in Uganda. The DP members and diehards have promised to work together with Honorable Uganda despite their party. Let's take a look.
Elinya FDC no mulama gwe tubadde tutambulirako akyabadde kulesenga gwoli kika mu mbeera enzibu ennyo abaddaani Honorable Semuju takiikiridde FDC yokka, kumpi buli kibiina kyonna kati kyesigamye kwani Honorable Semuju. Musitugitwalirize nga nyini kibiina olwaleero. One Uganda, one people, mutule okubadde kwaniriza kulembera mu kiseera kino mu kibiina kya FDC Salongo Elias Lukwago mbadde ngamba nti Honorable Semuju atukoze bulungi okusigala nga yabadde eddoboozi erirambika ensonga z'olutalo lwe tulwana, ne zisigala nga zikyakola ki, zikyawulikika.
Mu bulamu bwange sooka mbuzayo emyaka ng'esatu okweza emyaka 5, ndabye nga bwe sifaayo kwegatta ku bantu ab'obuvunaanyizibwa bagenda okukyusa eggwanga. Nze mu bulamu bwange sivangayo okugenda mu kibiina kya byabufuzi kyonna, sigendangako mu meeting oba bino bitebetebe byonna obawa nebyo birina omuliro oba bikizze. Naye olwaleero ndaba ngenda okweza emyaka 5 ndeka abaana bange nga tebamanyi kubanga tulitwala wa. Twagala okufuna obukulembeze obwesa, twagala okufuna abakulembeze abalimu omulamwa. Yensonga lwaki esijja kudde Honorable Semuju bwe nafiirwa mutabani wange yasombozanga naye bwakizzeemu wali ewaka nti bamutunde, naye nga takimanyi, tewayita na mwezi, naye nga tamanyi naye agenda. Abasookayo mwaka bitandika tulwanyagana Honorable Lukwago Lord Mayor omusajja nga tugezaako okutereza ekibiina ekiri mu state, abo byonna bemuteesateesaako temugenda kubiwangula. Nswala n'okusula nemba mu president wange ng'atakula mu gavumenti ya Museveni watenjaga nnyo DP njagala njugira nte mu bantu nti ndi wa DP nnyo nti ate president wesibe Robert Mao nti ate yali mu gavumenti ya president Museveni era nga ndi mu buyabuya okutuukaawo. Omuntu lumu naluya kuba yali Honorable Semuju ng'aga ekitaso eggwanga lyange sobola likyusa, tewali kitasoboka kukyuka. Bwe tuba tunoonya okukyusa eggwanga lino bwe tubanga twagala obukulembeze obwannamaddala obukulembeze obuli mwesa tulina okumanya nti tulina okukolera awamu tutambulire wamu. Manye olwaleero lwensoose okuyimirako mu kibiina kyonna kyonna oba mu bantu abakala endala zonna naye nga si DP biri nwanaganye n'ebizibu byange byonna mu DP paka lwetuusewo twasiga ona kayinki oyo yanalikirudi pulezidenti we twasingananga eri UID neri kuluma gye bakubira ebifaananyi nga naye atutte ebifaananyi byaba FDC nange nwana abakandidate bange aba DP aleeta bbulu nange enfulumya gulini neka katonda atuyambe tusinkanye Lord Mayor tugenda kutambula newaddeyo okutambula sitambula ne FDC era waswabadiro yasi prosi bwankubidde ntegedesa wangannya naye sooka nkebeko ku mukutu ndabe kiki mbagulanga olwo nandala mafaano bakubate sijja kulinnya wano ebifaananyi wulira bizibizekanamaya nti mulabi tulina abantu abakulembeze besisobola kubeera nabo abatalina nsa sibeera nabo sigalimba njagala abantu abalina ate si bano abakyamukiriza obukyamukiriza twagala obukulembeze obuli mulamu abakulembeze abali tested mwanalebese mutono mulaba era mwe abali wano mukira abali byokuzanya obuzanyi fe abamu abatambuddeko eggwanga lino nze mbagala ndi special advisor aba speakers waliwo n'abampagira nga bava lwakuba gospeaker wekira erise muju ebinnya ddene era mwabadde bali omutya mbate yekati tunabukadi tunakola tutya ebyakadi musooke muzimbe erinnya nga mmwe tutambulire wamu ebyo ebyakadi binatusangayo ate era mukimanyi Dr. Besigye ogende mu kituufu tugenda kwegatira n'ebibiina ebirala bingi nnyo naye mwewabawo akaseera olumu ke babajjo tukuba enkokola nako muketegekereza olumu mu 2016 mu kalwako Lord Mayor oyo twali wali bweyogere twegattako tuleta Mutebi Julius twegase nga kirala FDC bwetutu nera nina enkokola ze bakuba baka Lord Mayor musafiri olwo jangu ogereke ebyaba ekirungi nawangula kati ebyo oba waliwo kino oba waliwo kimusooke mubeere n'obukulemu manyi ngenda kuvumibwa leero ku mikutu nze nafumibwa manyi era kati olwalo ngenda kuvumibwa nekyo twabimanyire tumubimanye bwe tutambulyamu naye gwe mulama gwe tuliko tugenda kutambula enjabeegattako kasa tubanga senga kubanga nze ndibagiro ne bwe tunalwana walula ovula Lord Mayor ekibiina ekiri mu state temujja kuwangula mu makooti mujja kutambula bwe mutyo tulina feno tuli bangi olwanonaliwa tulina abalina ennyota lukebete nakwedde kubona libusimujo namwebaza ebigambo byebadde mpyebyagwe nanga tujja kusinkana ku weekend tuli bangi abalina ennyota y'okumanya tugenda kuddawa
tugenda kudda mu kibiina ekipya kino nesimbye nnyo okuddamu okubeera mu kimu ne Lord Mayor kubanga bayava mu DP twabusubwa nnyo tetugamba oba tuli mujjawa juzi omusajja bwagenze eri ne twagala osala eddiro naye nze ebiseera ebisinga mala kwebuuza ku ssemukuye oyo tuwaye tuddemu FDC kuba tugenda tolokiddamu tugenda okwanga naye eguddemu ki tugenda okuba batonzeewo katonga netuga tunagumira ogwo kakati nze bwe nalaba Dr. Kiza Besigye nendaba chairman wa FDC national nendaba Lord Mayor mukwano gwange asingayo mu nsi muno nendaba nayonayesemuti gwempagidde emirundi gyonna gyesimbewo naye nga nze ndi wa DP nemanya bano Museveni tasobola bagula era neninda balangirire genda okulabaga nti bayinza okukolayo ekibiina kakati awo nange neneteeka nemanya byonna byengoba jabbifunanga tulina ekibiina kutambulira olwekyo yagala kumaliriza kuba Ssemukuye ebigambo byonna byayogedde ffenna tulowooza kyekimu n'oyo Ssemukuye tetwagala kisinde kubanga kigendamu ebiyenje ebiku ebiki bijja kutuleetera era ebizibu bitulwanaganye. Bwe tuba tukoze ekibiina kyaffe tuteekawo ideology etegeerekeka. Ekireese ebibiina ebizibu ebyo ebize bitondebwawo era ne bigwa be bantu okubibuukira nga tebategedde bigenderwa byayo. Juzi nawulidde ennaku nga mukwano gwa Ssemuju bamukuba mbu alidde obukadde 5 era nga tekirimu nakwekisiwala ng'okyogera kubanga teyamanya kyeyabuukira. Kakati tukole ekibiina abantu balamu abalina ensa abagoberera bano balondi meya ba Honorable Ssemuju bonna bagenda vaayo n'eri bajja eno era tuli bamativu. Kino ekibiina ky'amaanyi okusinga n'ebibiina ebyali bibaddewo kubanga kirimu brain power bipi gyebadde nayo ebbanga lyonna. Kakati bw'ogatta brain power n'ogatta abasajja abagezi nga banaffe kubanga nze mbadde mu byobufuzi okuva nga ndi tutoka tuli mu byakiyekera tuutu paka lwe twatuuka mu bino bye tulimu. Ate kana atutizaamu amanya kandi nti bw'oba yina kyoyagala totya. Onalaba kakembo ono yatuse ekiseera nga ndaba atidde ne tuvuga guma ekintu kino tuteekwa kitwala.
Clinton Nahabwe, Gntv at 12.
Thank you, Clinton Nahabwe, for that report. And in more news, the Deputy Inspector General of Police in Uganda, Major General Kasigazi, has called upon all the territorial police commanders across the country during this month of Ramadan to promote peace and security. Last year, police and other security agencies across the country worked together in times like this, says Fred Enanga. Let's take a look.
I want to start by, of course, extending best wishes from the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Major General Tumusime Kasigazi, to all Muslims and well-wishers in the country, and wishing them a happy holy month of Ramadan. As we start the holy month of Ramadan today, the 11th of March, the DIG on his own and on the behalf of the police fraternity has also come out to wish all Muslims and well-wishers in Uganda and across the globe a blessed and peaceful holy month of Ramadan. You are all aware this is the holy month of Ramadan is a very important period where the Muslim community traditionally comes together to fast, pray and honor the values at the heart of Islam of peace, gratitude, generosity and compassion. It is also against that background that the Deputy Inspector General of Police called upon Muslims and Ugandans at large to translate these basic tenets of peace, love, tolerance, forgiveness and compassion, and promote the goodwill and harmony in our country. The month of Ramadan is also a period where Muslims give back to the communities through zakat and voluntarism. And just like last year, the DIG has called upon all territorial commanders, our RPCs and DPCs, CID commanders to also find time to join Muslims, our Muslim colleagues, in participating at least in a day of long fast as part of the Islamic holy month of Ramadan. This is to give our officers a greater understanding and reflection on how important the holy month of Ramadan is. You remember last year we worked very well with the Muslim leaders and imams and had a very successful and incident-free holy month of Ramadan. This year again we are going to give out safety tips and precautions to help promote safety and security during the Islamic holy month of Ramadan. At the start of the holy month, we want to assure the Muslim community that We don't have any specific threats against citizens and the Muslim community during this period, but we would like to encourage the public and particularly Muslims to take steps to enhance their safety and security. I want to remind them again this year to work with all Muslim leaders in their respective jurisdictions to address and respond to all concerns of crime and safety, threats and vulnerabilities against Muslims, including patrolling all mosques and worship areas during the holy month of Ramadan. We have created patrol routes around all Muslim centers. And we also call upon the Muslim leaders, imams, to create security teams that can work with the police. They need to be aware of the surroundings to take extra caution while going for early morning prayers, and also while coming back from the late evening prayers. Of course, the early morning and late evening are usually covered by darkness, and it calls for vigilance. For Juma prayers, all mosques and Islamic centers must have extra security ready at the doors, checking who is entering and who is going out. Parking areas should be closely guarded, and there should be a watch out for any suspicious vehicles. We call upon our Muslim brothers to avoid large crowds. Large gatherings can quickly become dangerous. Travel in groups is encouraged. Safety is in numbers. We call upon our Muslim brothers to avoid traveling alone, especially in isolated areas after dark. Varying routes at times of travels by being less predictable is important. Always carry a charged cell phone. Turn off location services on your smart cell phone or other devices. Criminals can use those features to establish your location. And we call upon them to also record all incidents of harassment, threatening phone calls or messages targeting the mosques and worship centers and even individual Muslims during this period. Call upon our Muslim brothers to take videos of any crime concerns. Make use of your smartphones and take videos of any crime concerns without getting too close. And build an emergency contact list of all local law enforcement officers, local imams, Muslim activists in case of an incident that threatens the community there. Now, to managers at workplaces, we are encouraging employers to support the Muslim employees, first of all by wishing them a happy and blessed, successful Ramadan. They should also learn about Ramadan and provide special consideration like time, space for them to break the fast and perform prayers. They should know that the first few days of Ramadan can be difficult for Muslims, and they need to help them adjust while allocating them tasks. There's for instance, there's fatigue and hydration. It's important to identify these signs and then support our Muslim friends. Medical support is encouraged during this period.
Za Asima Kajese, Gntv at 12.
Thank you, Desire, for that report. And now, Honorable Joel Senyonyi, who is the leader of opposition in the Parliament of Uganda, has urged the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Anita Anet Among, to reconvene the Parliament to discuss on different issues. Some of the issues he wants to be discussed there is abuse of office, irregular recruitments at the Parliament, and many others. Let's take a look.
The leader of opposition in the Parliament of Uganda, Honorable Joel Senyonyi, held a press conference yesterday regarding the numerous allegations against Parliament and the Speaker to do with the misuse of taxpayers' money, irregular recruitments at Parliament, abuse of office, and other financial queries within the Parliamentary Commission. Joel Senyonyi asked the Speaker of Parliament, Her Right Honorable Anita Anet Among, to reconvene Parliament this week so they can discuss these issues, since the House was adjourned last week on Tuesday. They also demanded the Parliament to provide proper accountability and respond to the financial queries that have been raised.
Era muze mulabe engeri tukwasaganya ensonga eno ng'ekibiina kubanga omu ku bo memba waffe naye tugamba nti nga tuvudde ne ku waffe bonna abaali mu meeting eyo Oweekitiibwa Mpuuga, Solomon Sirwanyi, Commissioner, Honorable Prosia Kampulira, Honorable Esther Afoyokyana, kubanga abo baatuula ne beewa akasiimo Oweekitiibwa Mpuuga $5,000,000 bali bina. Bali mu meeting twebuuza of course ku Oweekitiibwa nti ekintu kino mwakikola mutya kubanga sinti kikati kiyingidde mu system nti kugenda okubeera of course awo nawo wali baddewo issue kubanga already tufuna omusaala ne allowances n'akasiimo gratuity gratuity zetusavingako buli mwezi naki ng'ababaka kakati zino zo zajja zitya ate nga mugamba zammwe basekinnoomu ng'abantu n'agamba nti buli lopo omupya ayingirawo naye ajja kuteeseezeze ajja ku nga kati kitegeeza nti bwe neeyisa obulungi ne sinyiiza abantu bamu yinza n'okusaba obuwumbi obubiri ne babumba ekintu ekyo kikyamu ate nga tusaba obeerewo obwerufu kubanga tuze tuwulira omukulu ng'agamba nazifuna sente ezo alinze ne installment esooka naye ate ayogerera Parliament omukulu Chris Ogore yali ku TVM n'akakasa nti abantu bano bonna sente zaabwe bazifuna dda. Tubeere beerufu ng'abakulembeze nsonga eyo nkulu nga shadow cabinet tuyisiza ebintu bisatu ku nsonga zino allegations zonna ezo zitambula. Okusookera ddala mpandiikidde Speaker nga musaba ayite commission meeting tutegeere ebitambula kuba commission yevunaanyizibwa ku ssente za Parliament zonna nga twagala okunnyonnyoka naddala nze kubanga sinayitibwa mu commission meeting yonna kati emyezi giweze ebiri simanyi oba zituula nga sitegeezeddwako musabye ayite commission meeting mu wiiki eno. Ekyokubiri tusaba Speaker ayite Parliament kubanga Parliament bajajjani nga bagiwunguza kati tumanyi dino tuddamu ajjani nsaindaye nga bwe kiri so nga tusaba Parliament eyitibwe twogere ku nsonga zino nsonga za bannayuganda zibakwatako era bwe tubeera wali ku Parliament kufuya Parliament nga twogera ku nsonga zino tuba twogera amaloboozi g'abantu abaatutuma oba oli awo buli munnayuganda $407,000 baali badde awo bonna nga bateesa naye tekisoboka twekusindika ffe tubateeseze. Ekyokusatu twagala Parliament nga institution eveeyo ennyonnyole ku nsonga zino zonna eza ssente ezikozesebwa mu ngeri etategeerekeka, ssente enzikirivu, abakozi abaweebwa emirimu, gabanya ssente, ensonga zino zonna nga twagala Parliament yennyonnyoleko ku nsonga zino. Obutongole Uganda ategeere kubanga ssente za Uganda kusipulira abantu abamu nga bagamba ati bakwatako nakiti bakwatako batya zino ssente za muwa musolo ateeka okutegeera ateeka okunnyonnyolebwa enkozesa ya ssente zino. Tusabye ebintu bino bikolebwe wiiki eno bino ebintu ebisatu. Commission meeting etuule tutegeere nange ntegeere kuba sinatuula mu commission meeting. Ekyokubiri parliament eyitibwe tulese ku nsonga zino. Ekyokusatu parliament yennyonnyoleko buwandiike butongole ennyonnyola bannayuganda ku nsonga zino. Wiiki bw'enaggwa ebintu bino ebikoleddwa tujja kuddamu tutuule twawulira ate kikituzaako kubanga ensonga zino ziri serious. Nga maliriza ensonga zino tetuzoogerako kubanga tulina ensonga yonna eri personal w'ekitiibwa speaker w'ekitiibwa mbuga ba commissioners abalala omuntu yenna nedda bonna tuba bw'ekitiibwa ng'abakulembeze kunnyonnyola ensonga za ssente y'omusolo. Nsonga eyo nkulu siboleme kubeera kwekwasa nti ate kakati ono tumwagala ate ono ki tuddemu ensonga tuleme kubuzaabuza kubanga tuddemu ensonga eza ssente zino. Let me say that in English because I didn't say it in English. For those who might think we are pressing these issues, the Speaker, the Honorable Puga, Commissioners and several others, there's nothing personal about any of these leaders. We respect them as leaders, but we are saying as respectable leaders, let's be accountable. Let's respond to these questions. So there should be no diversion. See, these ones are saying this about me because they don't like me or whatever the case might be. No. Okay, be that as it may. First explain the issues to do with taxpayer money. I thank you. And I can take any few questions if there be.
Okay, let's first think like Friday. We shall start with Easter.
Sorry, I've just been reminded. Waliwo kesogedde mu Uganda. Kwebyo of course ebiyitingana era waliwo ne contract yemu gye tulabye. Contract commission yagiwa radio emu Bukedi abagita Mama Bukedi ya FM era nga tulira ya speaker wa parliament. Contract yagiweebwa yali ya bumbi 3 million 10 3.1 billion shillings. Kole mirimu gya parliament najyo nga twagala tunyonnyoke mirimu ki era bayita miterera ki gya procurement okuwa contract eno radio eno abalala zebatasobola kufuna contracts ezo kubanga tulina endala boya zina ne wide coverage naki ensonga ezo zonna nazo nsonga twagala zinyonnyoke kubanga zino sente za muwa musolo.
Za Asima Kajese, GNTV. At 12.
Thank you, Desire, for that report. And in more news, Forum for Democratic Change has drawn their attention to the concerns raised in the Auditor General's report regarding the shillings 15 billion GOT rollout project that was implemented in the 7 districts. Forum for Democratic Change Party spokesperson John Chikwenyogo says Forum for Democratic Change Party is preparing something big. We take a look.
Raised by the Auditor General's report regarding the 15 billion GOT rollout project that was implemented in 7 districts. We are concerned because the Auditor General is, despite all odds, is trying to do his work, despite all odds. But whatever it does, we don't know whether we get value for money. He gives us the reports, they come to Parliament, they try to invite those people to their committees, but at the end of the day, nothing happens. So sometimes you question whether it is still useful to continue giving our money to the Auditor General to look into these things, and at the end of the day, nothing is done. But all in all, he's doing a good job because he's letting us know what is happening. If we don't pull up our socks as citizens of Uganda and try to raise enough noise to the powers that be to change the way they are squandering our money, it will not be up to Mr. Mwanga and his team to be our weakness as Ugandans. That's why we are very much concerned. This is an example we are giving here, which is in the report. We are not inventing it. The Minister of Agriculture imported 71 goats at a cost of 528 million. You know, this 500 million has a lot of meaning these days. But this is 528 million, and you are buying 71 goats, which means each goat was bought at 7.3 million Uganda shillings. These are special goats. Maybe they're importing them from somewhere in the universe, but each is 7.3 million. What is so surprising that most of these goats died a few days after they were distributed to people who were supposed to graze them and raise their incomes. This is so dangerous in that they tell you they are going to give you goats, you prepare the ground where they are going to graze from. Someone brings those goats, even slaughter the other type of goat, and then you celebrate, you have got new goats. 2 weeks after, all of them are dead. The biggest percentage of these goats died, according to the reports. Most of you, I'm sure, are aware. But each of them was bought at 7.3 million. Our concern as a party lies in government's continued mismanagement of taxpayers' money and affairs of the country. Despite the recommendable job of the Auditor General in exposing such theft, we don't understand why Parliament fails to take action. Parliament has the authority to decline allocating further funds to these taxpayer money vampires. Yet they keep approving allocation to them year in, year out. This year they eat all the money, they squander it as they want, they buy those golden goats of 7.3 million. But the following year they will be assured of getting money again. That one concerns our party. Why do you waste all this money? And you know you are wasting it. You have the powers to stop the money from going to the ministries, but you continue allocating the money. What is behind all this? Are we sharing the loot? What is going on? You must not forget the past scandals, such as the exorbitant purchase of pens by the Bank of Uganda at 357,000. A pen like this one, buying it at 300,000. The purchase of COVID rats, you know those rats of 8 million. I don't know how many rats they have produced up to today. Because if they had produced those enough rats by now, the economy of Uganda can depend on those rats if you also sold them out to other countries. 8 million each rat. I don't know whether they produce or not, those rats. If they are to be producing, then it will be a source of income to our country also, selling each rat at 8 million. But all these individuals were summoned to the committee concerning Parliament. None of them has ever been punished. So what we have concluded as FDC, that these would-be culprits have learnt a trick. You are given the money, steal it, conjure some papers, documents here and there. You are summoned to the committee. You go to the committee. You pretend to be terrified, quaking. You just talk softly. Don't argue with the parliamentarians. Start sweating profusely. Ask for water, as if your pressure is killing you. Then go home and enjoy your loot. That's the end of the story. You wait for the next allocation. You repeat the same thing. That trick has worked in Parliament. Nobody goes there and is punished. The only thing they do is to pretend to be quaking. Only that. Be terrified. They just sit there and terrified. People are going to take me to prison. Sometimes they even send them to CID of Parliament. I think that's the only CID office in Uganda which has never followed up a case with DPP. That's CID in Parliament. So, if this is concerned, that Ugandans are getting used to being told of the wrongs which are happening in ministries by the Auditor General. The Auditor General, I'm sure he must be frustrated by now also, because you bring a report this time, people even hate you for bringing a report pinning them, nothing is done, they even start laughing at you. That you thought you were going to pin us, now you are going to come back next year and do it again, nothing will happen. That's why that gentleman, Mr. Mwanga, I think, is one of the most frustrated people in Uganda. You try to work for your government with a lot of risk, because it involves a lot of billions, but nothing is done.
Za Asima Kajese, Gntv at 12.
We appreciate your desire for that report, and as Gntv, we still remind you of the consecration of Dr. Bishop Silas Taiwa as the regional overseer of Ankole. The orientation day will be on 3rd of April 2024, and the consecration day will be on 4th of April 2024, and all this will be starting at 8:30 a.m. The venue is Kamkuzi District Grounds, and the guest of honor will be the First Lady of Uganda, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni. Then other guests, we have Minister Chris Bariomusi for ICT and National Guidance, and other members of Parliament. We have the Archbishop Dr. Moses Odong, we have the national elders, and many others. We still remind you that on this day, eats and drinks will be available, as the Lord has surely already provided. We welcome each and everyone out there. As we come closer to Easter, arise your business with Gntv. Record a 1-minute video in your business. Send your video to the number below, that is 0700 420-903. Call the number and finalize the transaction. Pay for 2 adverts and get 1 free, and then watch and spot if your adverts are running or being played at the agreed time. This runs from 1st of March to 31st of March 2024. Then you can get us on Gntv channels like Gotv, that is 822, that is in Central. Then Startimes, that is channel 292 on antenna. We have free-to-air decoder, that is channel 22 countrywide. Then the Gntv mobile app, and you can reach us on social media platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Our dear viewers of Gntv, that's all we had for today, and thanks for being part of us from the time we started to the time we are coming to the end of our today's bulletin. I'm ALLIAN ATUBANDIIZE, Gntv at 12, and up next is a lunch hour service at King of Kings Church. Please come and attend. Good afternoon.